Okay, and we're live with the Blue Boys podcast with our guest for today, Corey. Yeah, you guys
Whoa.
thought he would never be on the podcast. In the past, people made claims that Corey would never be on the podcast, but he's here. Look, he's
Yeah,
here. He's here right here. Say hello,
I'm
Corey.
here.
Yeah,
I'm here and I'm proud.
this is not some guy I paid to do this on Fiverr. Okay.
No, he totally could have paid me, but he didn't. I'm actually quite disappointed
Yeah,
about
this
that.
is a real Corey. This is not a paid actor.
Yeah. You can get the real one cheaper than the paid actor.
Yeah, I calculated the prices. The real one was
The
cheaper.
real one's more affordable. He's less exciting.
It all came down to cost instead of
Y-
personal preference.
Yeah, you gotta save money.
Oh, okay, Corey.
You
What?
saved money and you kept authenticity.
Yeah. Okay, into the conversation though. We got some hard hitting questions.
Oh boy.
How was your day today, Corey?
Oh, it was great. I had to do this Zoom meeting, well, Blackboard Collaborate for weather, and I give an answer, and another kid in my class cuts me
Weather?
off to
Wait,
tell
wait,
me my
wait,
answer
wait.
was
Hold on,
wrong.
hold on. Weather?
Yeah,
What
I
do you
have to
mean?
take a weather course.
Oh, you're taking meteorology?
Yeah, meteorology.
Oh,
We learn about the weather. They give us a weather report every week.
damn. You're
Yeah,
gonna
but
become a weatherman?
I had to give an answer, and then this kid cuts me off after I give my answer, and he's like, "That was wrong."
That was wrong,
Meanwhile,
fool.
the answer he gives was wrong, and now the professor and the teaching assistant are giving are backing two different students. And I'm like,
Oh,
yo, I just was
jeez.
trying to get credit for participation.
Oh no. But hmm. So what have you been up to, Corey? Aside becoming weatherman extraordinaire.
I did some drawing. I made some sort of frog hybrid monster.
Oh, you draw? Tell the people who are watching the podcast all about that. Your love of the arts. Corey's a real Renaissance man, if you didn't
Yeah.
know.
Oh yeah,
He
taking
can
art
draw,
history
but
too.
yeah, he can do all sorts of
I
things.
mostly draw the comic themed things because comic books are easier.
Oh, comics is a is
Using
a is a wide genre, Corey. They make comics about everything.
Yeah,
Narrow it down
well,
for us.
the superheroes, you know,
Superhero
buff men in
comics.
tights.
Oh, as
Gotta
we
get
all
that.
know, Corey can't draw women. This is a running
I'm
gag.
learning.
He's learning though.
I'm
He's
still
he's
getting there.
he's getting there though.
Been a long
He
journey.
has the skills. He just needs to be learn how to apply them.
It's a hard trip.
Yeah, he only learned where the uterus was a year ago. He's
No,
still
that was the
working on it.
urethra.
Oh yeah, the uterus. He hasn't gotten to the uterus yet. Oh no.
No, that's still above my pay grade.
He's still trying to figure that out.
Yeah. No, I've got like a map here, but it's not really helping.
He's at the beginning. He's at the beginning.
It keeps
It's like
folding it
the
over
it's like the
itself.
map for Splish Splash.
Yeah,
Corey's
like
Corey's at
there's
the
like a little
entrance.
alien in the corner. He's like flying a little UFO in there. There's some waving little like Cyclops dude in the bottom.
Corey's in a giant model vagina. He's got like a Splish Splash map. He's
He's
walking
got like a
around
little he's holding like a little sign up that says this way.
this way. Uh,
I'm just standing there sweating profusely holding this giant map.
dear Lord. It's like the map in like the Hobbit where it's kind of it folds out
Yeah,
in three
yeah.
different
You gotta
directions.
unfold it, set it on the table, you're like plotting a quest. I gotta get my dwarf singing voice in before I go on my great journey.
He's got to get dragon insurance.
Yeah, gotta get a burglar too.
Gotta get a burglar. Gotta get all sorts of characters for this.
Yeah, you gotta have a full party.
Yeah. So,
You gotta be prepared.
oh yeah. Speaking of weather, man, the weather was quite wild today. Real
Yeah,
bad.
rain. I had to keep checking my bathroom to make sure it wasn't leaking.
Oh,
Because last time we got bad rain, my door frame in my bathroom just started raining water.
jeez, that's wild.
Yeah, not fun. But,
You gotta
but
get
you
them
know, it's
seals
good weather for
checks.
staying inside.
Yeah, I was staying inside at work. It was boring.
Most work is.
Yeah, this is especially boring work.
What were you doing?
I'm like, well, my dad's a surveyor. We have a surveying business, so I'm just sitting there editing surveys, and they're like little
Oh,
CAD drawings of properties, people's properties. It's like a
oh,
blueprint of people's properties. It shows their house and their freaking
uh,
driveway and shit, and they have
so
to
you were being
draw
the
lines.
blueprint man.
Yeah, still, it's not a blueprint, it's a survey. Blueprints are used to make houses,
Yeah,
so you can have a blueprint of a house too when you're drawing a survey. I'll help you draw the survey, but yeah, it's mostly just looking at a black screen and drawing vector lines all across it. It's kind of
fun.
boring.
Sounds exhilarating.
It's like you have to use CAD microsurvey. It's like Adobe Illustrator, but harder to use, I guess.
Yeah, less convenient.
Less convenient. Ah, man, I don't think Adobe's convenient either, but it's whatever.
No,
It's like
it's not the most convenient software.
it's like you make a lot of squares and circles and stuff. It's
Yeah,
whatever. But
it's a living.
it's yeah, it's a living. It's a thing that happens. But shit. So, what are you gonna do after you become a weatherman, Corey? What are
Uh,
you? What's your
I guess tell the
aspirations?
weather.
What's your aspirations after
Oh,
college? I guess I don't know. We're running
well,
out
I
of
gotta figure
questions.
out where I'm going afterwards. Still
Yeah.
haven't figured that bit out. I got like a few months to work out that part.
Oh, Corey,
Then yes.
have you heard about the This I don't know why I'm so fucking. This is why I made that stupid voice.
What?
Yo, did we tell you about the idea we've had?
Which
I keep
idea?
telling everybody this freaking idea. My idea is, because a lot of us are kind of like just dicking around because of this pandemic. My idea is like, because not all of us have a lot going on, we could like get an apartment, all of us together, and then figure out what to do. Like get jobs and shit. We can work on our
Man,
stuff. That was
yo,
my epic plan.
and then we can do a reality TV show.
No, no, I'm fucking serious.
No,
That
I know,
that
I know, I
Jersey
know, I
store,
know.
sure,
I'm just
but
messing.
it's a shittier version of the Jersey store.
Yeah. Keeping up
Riverhead
with the Blue
Shore,
Boys.
man. Keeping up with the Blue Boys, yeah. Everybody loves the Blue Boys.
Yeah.
The Fresh Prince of the
Everybody.
Blue. It's just the Blue Boys.
It's just everything. Everybody hates the Blue Boys. It's just all these sitcoms, but with our names shoved in it.
Yeah. Blue
Totally
Boys
original
felled.
here.
It's that.
Blue Boys felled. Oh no, who's gonna be Kramer at the Laugh Factory?
Oh no.
One
That's
of us gotta get canceled.
yeah.
It's always
Someone's
how
gotta
these
be
shows
canceled.
go.
It's gonna have to be Ryan. Ryan's gonna have to take an L.
Yeah, Ryan's gotta take one for the team. His wardrobe is just too outrageous. The FBI jacket and the socks and slides. My
Ridiculous.
God.
It's too avant-garde for modern
Yeah, I
times.
don't think our audience is ready for that.
Yeah. But yeah, what do you think about that idea, Corey?
I feel like it could work. We'd
Yeah, I
have to
thought
do
that.
some more planning into it, but
Yeah, you have to plan into it.
certainly a
Get some
possibility.
funds. Yeah. I like the idea. 'Cause I'm just kind of sick of school at this point, man.
Oh yeah, no, I'm over
I'm,
it.
I'm so sick of it, man. Cause it's like, geez, how many years has it been since I freaking
Yeah,
started school? I feel like, God, I started school when I was like 4.
yep. And
That's
then
it's
the fact that there's two
non-stop.
more years to get a degree that actually matters.
Ugh. Yeah.
Gotta love the American school system.
Yeah.
Good old education.
Education.
And you don't even get to take stuff that helps you. I mean, like, I'm a graphic design major and I gotta take a weather class.
Yeah, I don't know. That's freaking stupid, man. How they always make us take all these other classes that have nothing to do with our shit. And like a lot of those classes, like they don't have to do with most people's things. Like I don't
No, they don't.
understand
It's
the
to
all
keep
these
professors
required.
employed,
Yeah, it's to keep them employed. But it's like
because no one will, only a
you don't
select few people
you
would
don't
actually
need these
willingly take
things.
those classes.
The problem is, it's like how many professors do we fucking need anyway? Like I don't care about the professors of the world. You know, being a
Yeah,
professor, you could transition to like any other teaching job, bro. You have a lot of credentials. Like,
yep,
go teach somewhere else. I feel like professors are just people who got stuck at college and never left.
yeah. They just came back. They're
Yeah,
doomed to walk those halls forever.
yeah, jeez. Freaking professors. I hate them.
They're like they're like D&D monsters.
Oh,
You always find them in schools.
yeah, I'm declaring.
If you roll a bad turn, they give you homework.
Jesus Christ. Oh no.
You're stuck with them.
The dean is the dungeon master.
Yo, he makes the rules,
He makes the rule. Dear
and you
Lord.
always lose.
Yeah, man. The Blue Boys are declaring jihad against all professors, all college
Declaring
professors.
war on college.
Unregulated jihad, man, no mercy. But
We're gonna use guerrilla warfare on them.
guerrilla warfare.
I'm gonna come out of the bushes screaming, gonna have like water balloons in hand. They'll never know what hit them.
Like the Viet Cong.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like covered in army equipment, wearing like a ghillie suit. People walking through the parking lot are like, "Who the fuck is that guy?" Dude,
Great.
when I went to campus the other day for my class, there was this
Oh
guy
yeah.
just doing laps of the road that goes around it on a bicycle, popping wheelies. He almost rode his
What the
bike into the
hell?
side of my car.
Oh
And
no.
then I park and I get out of my car at the parking lot and I watch this guy fly through the center of campus on his bike, almost hitting a kid, and then starts popping wheelies through the
Oh
parking
my
lot.
god. He's
Like this guy is a
unhinged.
menace. He can't be stopped.
Unhinged BMX biker just rolling
I
around the
I don't think
campus.
he even had like a car. I think he just showed up on that bike because he just rode it away.
Yeah, my guy's whole life is that bicycle. He's majoring in BMX biking.
Yo, he's got a BMX bike around campus at
I have
least
a
like 3 hours
degree.
a week.
I have a degree in cool.
Dude, the
Freaking Pop
funniest thing
shoves
would
it.
be
Pop
the
shoves it,
funniest
wheels
plot
it away.
twist would be if that guy turned out to be a professor.
That this guy.
He's
You're
just a
just all the
professor this
kids are
whole
like
time.
sit. I'm just imagining like all the kids are sitting in like in a freaking empty class. And they're like, "Yo, where the hell's the teacher?" He freaking just
Rides through on
wheelies
him.
through the fucking door and throws the bike off standing. It goes straight through a window. He's like, "Okay, this is
Class is
pre-calculus
in
too."
session. Yo, just the most average subject.
Welcome to Algebra 2. My name is Dr. Feinberg.
Dr. BMX.
Dr. BMX Feinberg at your service. You can call me Mr. B.
Yeah.
Uh, Mr. B. Mr. BMX, Mr.
Wh-
B.
You
Yeah,
can call
Mr.
me
B.
Mr. B, Mr. M, or Mr. X. Not all at once.
Not all at once, and in that
You
order.
must choose.
Is the textbook required, sir? It's like, Yes.
Yeah,
He's
the
like,
textbook just has him popping a wheelie on the
yeah,
front.
it's on the front. Always takes out the text. is like, huh? Is this you? It's
But
like,
like,
no.
but like, dude, you turn. He's like, now turn to page 2 of your packets. You turn it. It's a graphing thing, but the arc in the graph is following him doing a jump on a BMX bike.
every visual aid in the freaking
It's just
textbook
him on a
is just
bike.
a picture of him.
They're just
He
like, sir, did you make this?
not
Yeah.
only did he
Why?
write the book, but he also did all the graphics and all the
Yeah.
photography work
He has a minor
himself.
in graphic design.
He's the most overqualified math teacher.
He dual majored
Dual major graphic design.
in
uh,
mathematics.
mathematics, and he's also a world BMX champion.
Dude, that would sound like the greatest math professor of all time.
I may
He just
be, I may be the world BMX champion 20 years running, but my true
but in
passion is
here,
mathematics.
but in here I'm a mathematician.
We leave BMX at the door.
You're leaving for the class and you just watch him like wheel on by
He does a front flip out the window after the bike.
and lands on the bike,
He lands on the bike
rides
and just
away.
rides away.
He's like, I've been called to action.
He wants to make sure the class is as professional as possible. He doesn't want anyone saying BMX or referencing it. But the
Yeah.
entire room is
Ah man.
decorated in BMX posters
Yeah,
and
there's like the
memorabilia.
clock is made out of like an old wheel.
Yeah. He's like literally wearing a jumpsuit for BMX.
Yeah,
He's
he's got
wearing
a
a
motorcycle helmet on his table.
motorcycle on.
Someone's like, "Sir, you don't need a motorcycle helmet for BMX. It's not a motorized. Are
Well,
you the BMX champion?"
are you a beautiful? Well, actually, fool.
Goes into a whole lecture and he's like, "God damn it, look, I was talking about BMX again.
Oh,
This
here
is why
goes
we keep
the. Oh,
BMX
there goes the
outside the
class.
classroom."
Yeah. You can't have anyone say BMX or we'll go into a
He
50-minute
sends him
rant. The
into a
class will be
whole
over.
lecture, the entire lecture.
He can't
Then
afford
he's
it,
got to
man.
give them homework on BMX.
Uh,
It's the only way.
it's the only way. So what happened to your freaking all your artwork getting deleted potentially and then
I got it back.
resurrecting it like a wizard?
So what happened was I had my iCloud storage was full, and my MacBook is automatically linked to the iCloud on my phone. So when I was deleting apps and photos off my phone to make more space because I didn't want to pay Apple more money,
Mm,
uh, the phone screwed up somewhere and decided to delete all of my documents,
what the hell?
which it deleted my documents from iCloud, but for some reason the computer in turn also wiped all of the things saved to the hard drive as well. So it just completely deleted them. I had to call Apple support, and the guy
Uh
like walks me through this whole thing. He's like looking at my screen. He's like, "Oh, go to Time Machine," and then he like we pull it up, and he's like, "Oh, Time Machine wasn't turned on," and I'm like, he's like, "If Time Machine's not on, we can't do anything." And I'm like, "If Time Machine is the last line of defense and the most important thing, why isn't it already on?"
oh.
And if it's not already on, why wasn't there a notification to set it up? Ever.
Oh wait, if you people didn't know, Corey lives in like a weird time anomaly where all of his electronics will fuck up for some reason. He's the
He'll
most
just like
unlucky
to do
human
it.
being ever.
I
It's
attract
hilarious.
bad luck.
Yeah, but
But
yeah,
anyway,
continue.
so my cousin who works in tech support, we called him when I got done.
Oh yeah,
And
Corey's
he
also
brings
part
me,
Indian.
oh yeah,
His
and he
last name is
brings me,
Rashid.
Corey Rashid Allen.
Yeah,
He brings me over
second to last name.
to the actual iCloud website that I had gone to. And iCloud has a recently deleted folder that's meant to hold your files for 30 days past deletion.
Nice.
When I went to that, it was empty.
What the hell? Did you
It
accidentally
said I
delete this
didn't
30
delete
days ago?
it said I didn't delete 4,000 files anytime recently. They were there 4 days ago. So I'm like, something doesn't make sense. So my
Something's
cousin
fishy
found
here.
out that if you look at that, you're not going to see anything. But if you go to the advanced settings on iCloud and click the
This is
restore
for the big
option,
boys.
it will do a search and it will find all of your files. So it found
Nice.
4,800 files that got deleted.
Yeah, and by artwork, he was actually talking about his incredibly dense furry porn collection. I mean, this is going back
Yeah,
near
you know
10
me.
years.
Dude, since high
10 years,
school,
right,
since I
Corey?
got this laptop. I mean,
Yeah.
like, it's quite the archive. I was very distraught.
Man, I would be distraught too. How many terabytes of furry porn is that?
Yeah, I know,
This is
right?
this is a digital museum we're talking about.
Then then I
He
had
had
to
rare
pay to get
pieces.
yeah, but I had to pay to get more storage anyway because it wouldn't let me re-download all my shit because I ran
Oh,
out of storage.
jeez.
So instead of having 50 gigabytes at $1 a month, I
Jesus
pay
Christ.
$3 a month and I get 2,000 gigabytes.
Man, Corey, man, you need a external hard drive, dude.
I'm going to be
God, you're
purchasing one.
Jesus, you're paying for this external. I never trusted the cloud because if something happens to the cloud itself, like how
Yeah,
the fuck am I
no.
gonna get my shit back? You
Yeah,
know?
you see, after what happened this week, I no longer trust the cloud.
Yeah,
I'm
but yeah,
I'm getting
folks,
ready to back up all my shit.
to
I'm like,
maintain.
I'm not doing that again. Dude, the moment when like I got off the phone with Apple and they're like, there's nothing we can do for you,
Sorry, queer.
call it they were like, call Adobe and see if they can do anything. Adobe, of course, told me they couldn't. So I was
What?
just sitting
Wait,
there
they're
for a good
separate
10 minutes.
entities? I thought Apple
Yeah,
freaking owned Adobe.
no,
Huh,
Adobe is an outside company.
what? That's
Yeah.
stupid. How they've been an
So,
outside company for over like 30 years? What the
yep.
fuck?
So
That's a
anyway,
joke.
I had to contact Adobe's support, which of course Adobe's support is like, no, that's Apple's mistake. We don't do iCloud.
Sorry,
So I'm
dude.
like, all right. So I had like a good 10 minutes of sitting in my room, like I just lost everything.
My life
I'm
is
like,
over.
I'm like, I lost all my schoolwork, all my personal drawings, but more importantly, I lost my entire portfolio.
What a
I'm
tragedy,
like
man.
I'm like all the Photoshop assignments I did in college that jobs would want to see gone.
What a tragedy, dog.
Yeah,
What a
I thought I was
tragedy.
about to have to start from square one.
It's ridiculous.
Dude, it was an interesting day. And then the whole reason I found this out was I was just trying to do my my no, not even my math homework, my gym homework. I was trying to
Even
turn
worse.
in a gym file.
Gym homework.
I went to save my gym homework to my schoolwork folder, and it told me this folder does not exist. And I was like, huh? That's not right.
Man, that's ridiculous. Hmm.
Yeah,
You read
couldn't
any
believe
good
it.
books lately?
No, I haven't had time for reading.
Corey, I know you don't like reading anyway.
I
You
used to like
liar.
reading.
When was
Then I
this? A
just haven't
decade ago?
in middle school when you had to
Exactly,
read a book
almost a decade
every
ago.
week.
Yeah, literally.
Dude, I still think to this day one of the things that ruined reading for me was the How to Train Your Dragon books because I read all 13 and then found out that they never made the 14th finale book.
Oh
And it was a
man,
two-part finale.
what a tragedy.
Because the movies took off and became more successful, so they just decided no one cared about the books anymore. But the books are a completely different storyline.
Dang.
So I remember as a child being extremely invested in it, and I get to like the cliffhanger where like they're getting ready to go fight the bad guy, and then it just never goes anywhere. And the books were so much more interesting too because the dragons weren't like rideable. They were just these little pet dragons that spoke English
They
and
spoke
talked to
English. What
people.
the
They
fuck?
spoke to people. The people could communicate with their dragons. And
What?
then the main villain, like from book two on, was just this like Roman guy. Like the Romans were a thing. They had like a giant
What
coliseum
in the
with
world?
dragons in it, and they like flooded it with water for a water dragon to go in. I was like,
Bruh.
this is so much more interesting. I'm like, we got the Vikings and the Romans at the same time, and there's dragons.
This guy did not know his history, apparently.
Yeah, no,
Very different
no,
eras.
they just crossed all the errors. And also, you know how the first How to Train Your Dragon movie, there's that giant dragon at the end of it
Oh yeah, the extra
that like
large
busts
dragon.
out. In the first book, the way the story goes is since he can't ride Toothless, Toothless is just this tiny little dragon, and there isn't anything special about it. It's not like some super rare breed, it's just the run of a
You know, he's
mill
a
that he
rare
found.
Pokemon, man. He's
So it's
he's
like the
shiny.
equivalent of Hiccup. But what happens is Hiccup literally gets fucking swallowed whole by the giant dragon.
Oh
The only
damn.
reason he lives is because he gets caught in its throat by like his clothing.
He gets hiccuped out.
He like causes it to like like spew fire or something. It's been years since
Shouldn't
I've
he have
read this, but
died then if
he
he's
like
stuck
no
in
he
his
like I
throat?
think he like stabs its like fire breathing gland and like causes the thing to catch fire, and then he
What
just
the fuck?
climbs out of it.
Yo, freaking
It was
hiccups.
just,
That's metal.
dude,
He's tougher
I'm
than
like
Boba Fett.
I'm like the book is way more interesting. I'm like it's so much more like so much more fucked up shit happens in it. Like the Roman guy, they feed him to a dragon that's like made out of slime that takes like thousands of years to digest.
So the
He gets out of it somehow, but I'm like, yo, that you just sentenced this man to the slowest death imaginable.
man,
The,
this guy must have really liked the Sarlacc pit. You know, he's like,
yeah, right.
I like things going into big
This
animals.
I
So
like this.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
repeat
there was
this
a lot more of
trope.
people being eaten in the books, and then they just never finished them.
Man, that's like not like Diary of a Wimpy Kid because that shit outlived the movies like crazy.
Dude,
Freaking
that shit
outlived
just
the
still
movies.
going.
Man, this series is still going strong.
I get
The
a
movies
genie
died.
mama in the chat.
Those movies fell off a cliff ages ago. But yeah,
Yo, dude, those movies. Now they're doing like an animated one.
yeah. I didn't see that one. Apparently, it was whack his
Yeah,
ass.
I mean the animation just looked like the doodles in the actual books.
Yeah, but it's not like how they did it in the intro of the movies, where
Yeah,
it's
where it's
or in
like
like parts
2D.
where it's like yeah 2D. I thought
No,
that
no,
was
this is
cool. This is
3D
like
models.
3D
Like
modeled.
and they're supposed to be hand-drawn sketches, so it's really weird to see these clean, crisp 3D models of
Yeah,
these things.
it's like primitives. It's like CGI from like the early 2000s. Like
Yeah,
weird.
it's weird. Dude, the Disney Plus animated shows, like you can clearly tell when they don't have a full budget. Like, have you seen the new Ice Age trailers? That
Nah,
movie is such a lower quality than the rest of that
I
series.
don't know how. Like how did you see? You ever remember? You ever watch like Ice Age 1 again? Like,
Yeah.
that shit is rough. Like a lot of those
Oh
movies,
God,
like
dude, the
in
eyes
the
in that are
2000s.
haunting.
Yeah, it's like rough
The
CGI.
original, dude, Sid in the original Ice Age is
Oh
like the
shit, Sid.
ugliest motherfucker to look at.
uh,
He's just got like giant bulging eyes
yeah, the
and
freaking
like a shitty fur texture.
like those movies had to like rely on like good comedy to actually like
Yeah,
survive because like the CGI in those
but
movies
then
is
as they
freaking
got the
rough
thing
as
was as
hell.
they got a better like as they got
Yeah,
better
as they got better
CGI,
looking, the
they
CGI,
like
the
failed
scripts
at
got
they just
worse.
reused the same
Yeah.
jokes and made like worse scripts. Dude, if you watch movie in whichever was the Ice Age with the dinosaurs and they go to the hidden world underneath,
Oh, that one
the
was
new
funny. I
one.
like that one. I
That
like
was a
that
good
one.
one, but the thing is, the new one they made that's like way shittier quality is just going back there.
Oh,
They're just like, oh
that's
yeah, you know the
stupid.
two Weasel brothers? They went back there and found the caveman Weasel,
Oh,
because
it's
you know
dumb.
we didn't already do that storyline.
That's the storyline's over, man. Can't
Dude,
go
my
back.
favorite thing about that movie though was just when when Sid's in the playground letting the fucking baby T-Rex eat children.
That was
It's
like
like
that was
it's
like
just like
where
you
Ice
gotta
Age.
spit
That
it
was the
out.
last good Ice Age movie. That one.
Yeah, that was the like peak of that franchise. I think was the dinosaur one. Dude, I still just love that. Just you gotta spit it out. And coughs up an entire child.
He's traumatized too.
Yeah, it's like, dude,
Uh,
you don't think there's something wrong with this?
he's like shivering and shit.
And then just the
Uh,
whole speech from the fucking caveman weasel, where it's like, "Did you die? Sadly, yes, but
but I
I
lived.
lived." Oh my god,
It's classic, man.
the
Classic shit.
greatest.
But
Dude, I remember I used to have an old like PS2 or PS3 game of that.
you had Ice Age the game?
There was an
Oh
Ice Age the
jeez.
game with the dinosaur, and there was like a level where, because it was multiplayer, and there's a level where you gotta run away from the big T-Rex. There was a level where you both had to fly on one of the pterodactyls and shoot things.
Jeez.
Oh, it was a crazy
Like
game.
my guy had Ice Age the game. Man,
Yeah,
Corey,
you
I
had to
mean
like
I've seen the
fight
games you
dinosaurs.
freaking you had like for your DS game. Boy, you have like you're like the king of shovelware at one point in your
Yo, I got
life.
a lot of them.
Got like every
There's like an
themed
archive in
game.
there.
Corey probably has every title released by THQ for a handheld between like
The only
2000.
game for DS that I no longer have is G-Force with the
Oh my
hamsters.
god.
Because
Oh man, I
I had
forgot
that
about that, but
game,
that was a good
and
movie.
there was one summer where I was playing that game outside in my backyard, and I left the cartridge on a table for a second, and my dog fucking ate it.
Oh my god.
He spit it back up, but like it was too chewed to play.
Ugh.
So
Damn.
I'm like, no, my G-Force is ruined. I don't think I ever got another copy of it. I just remember being heartbroken as a child.
No,
It wasn't even
no,
that good of a
G-Force,
game.
no.
I'm like,
Oh.
I'm like, my copy of G-Force for Game Boy is broken. My life is over.
My life is over.
Dude, it was
G-Force is
simpler
gone.
back No, you gotta abandon ship.
Damn, Corey.
There's nothing worth living for once you lose G-Force.
Man, you should have cashed in all those games before GameStop went under. Before GameStop.
Dude, they would have offered me like $4 for it.
No, they apparently they got man. Those DS games in there, they charge like $20 a DS game, like it's freaking 2012 or something.
Like everyone's playing the DS right
Yeah, like
now.
everyone's freaking rolling around with their base
Uh, you,
model, like with the DS Lite in their back pocket. Like, what the
dude,
fuck?
I remember the
Playing
pinnacle,
brain games.
the peak of DS was playing Mario Kart on DS. You got a bunch of people
Yeah,
together. You held the DSs next to each other so you could get that like
that
location
Street Pass.
connection, and then just do the one where you gotta pop everyone's balloons.
Oh yeah, battle
Yeah,
mode.
I used to do that one all the time. I
Mhm.
always played Shy Guy.
Man, I didn't have a DS back then. I had a Game Boy Advance. I didn't even have a Game Boy Advance. I had a freaking DMG Game Boy with Home
Dude, I
Alone
used to have the
2.
Game Boy with ET on it.
E.T. like
Yeah, the ET game.
like a gray cart E.T. like from the 90s.
I think
Like a
so.
Game Boy Advance like E.T.
I actually, I think it was in color, so I think it was the Game Boy Advanced one. But it
Oh,
might have.
damn.
I
Could have been a
genuinely I
Game Boy
can't
Color
remember
E.T.
because there was a ET game and a Harry Potter game, and one of them was in like just shades of green.
Oh, it was probably
Like it was one
E.T.
of those games.
Because
I
like
feel like ET was more likely to be the shades
yeah,
of green
because like
than a
Game
Harry Potter game.
I don't see how they're. I don't see them releasing Game Boy Harry Potter games in like to
In
'97
grayscale.
or whatever. Last last time they were making like base Game Boy games,
Yeah.
not even Game Boy Color or Game Boy Advance games. Yeah,
Dude,
Harry
that was my
Potter.
childhood
Shit, when did
though.
Harry Potter come out?
Sitting in the Pulaski Street auditorium while my brother did basketball, just playing ET on the
E.T.
Game
on the
Boy.
Game Boy Advance.
I don't remember anything you did in the ET game except that ET was there,
Oh my
and
god.
that when you booted it up, you got to see Elliot ride with ET in the little bicycle across your
Bruh.
Game Boy
I had
screen.
freaking, oh man, I had a Home Alone too. That was I had, when I got my Game Boy Advance. My Game Boy, not even my Game Boy. I had an original base model Game Boy, like big brick one, the gray one. My dad got me at a yard sale. The only game that freaking came with the damn thing was Home Alone 2. This is Home
Home
Alone 2 is the
Alone
freaking worst
2.
game ever. I hate that
Isn't
shit.
isn't it? Isn't that where it's like a 2D side
Yes,
scroller
it's a
and you
2D
like gotta
side
dodge
scroller.
the like flying bats and the
Yeah,
footballs
it's
and
like a
shit?
JonTron video of it. Shit sucks. I fucking
It's like,
hate
how
that
does
game.
this have anything to do with Home Alone? Why are you dodging the traps?
Good thing I hadn't actually watched Home Alone.
You would have been even angrier.
Yeah. The weird thing is, I know, it wasn't Home Alone 2. It was Home Alone 1. Yeah, it was Home Alone 1 on the
The
Game Boy.
original,
It was not even Home Alone 2. But yeah.
even better.
Oh man, that game was hard. But I figured I was able to figure it out somehow. I couldn't I didn't even I wasn't even able to look up shit back then. I didn't have a computer or anything to like Google things on. So I just had to like figure out things and like oh my god, those old games are so
Yeah.
cryptic. Like
Dude, there's so
it would
so
take
many
it took me
games
like a
where it's
year
like
to
they
get
just
past
don't tell
like
you
the
anything.
second level because I couldn't figure out how it actually worked.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. But then I got a Game Boy Advance. I was like, get that garbage out of here. And
Yeah.
I threw it out my window like the BMX guy. No, no. No, actually,
Just flung it out the window.
shit, I gave that Game Boy to one of my sister's friends. My neighbor's grandson. I gave that to with Home Alone. I was like, here, take this shit, kid.
You will suffer as I have suffered.
It was like I gave it to him for his birthday. I'm like, here, kid. I'm like, thank God I don't have to look at that thing. Shit sucked. But then I had the
Oh,
greatest Game Boy game over, man. Super Mario Land. I fucking love that game.
yo,
It has a great soundtrack, and it's freaking fun. Man, this is the first game I ever beat. First video
damn,
game I ever beat.
dude,
Couldn't
I
beat
can't
Home
remember
Alone
the first game
because
I
that
beat.
game's garbage. It sucks ass.
One of the games I remember putting the most time into when I was younger was, I think it was Tron for the Game Boy.
Oh
Like when the
yeah.
Tron movie came out and they had like shitty Game Boy graphics, Jeff Bridges, and I thought it was like the coolest thing ever.
Was it Game Boy Tron? I feel like which Tron was it? Was it like OG Tron or Tron and like fuck? When was that
I
movie
think
came out?
I forget
Maybe it
when
was
it was made, but it was the Tron with Jeff Bridges, I think, that the DS game was based off of. At least the one I
yeah
had.
DS game.
But I
Okay.
remember that, dude, there was this one like mini game, or I don't even know if it was a mini game or a level that I just kept replaying, but it was just you on the light bikes in
Oh yeah, the
3D
light
going
bikes.
through an arena, cutting off other people.
Man, Tron's always cool. Man, I remember playing Tron on the computers in frickin' school. Man, that was the thing we used to do. I mean, like
Yeah,
in friggin' government class, that was the last time my dad had been doing that shit for years, playing that same Flash game. But yeah, that was the time I played that, man. It was like probably just a few days before, we couldn't go back to school anymore. We were sitting there on the computers because we were like supposed to be doing the freaking finance thing, the freaking investing game. We're just sitting there playing Tron on two
uh,
Chromebooks. On a Chromebook.
dude,
No, we're
in
playing on one Chromebook with the keypad, and we're using different sides of the keypad.
ah,
God, it's
man,
so
my default
stupid.
game was always just Pac-Man. I'd pull
Oh
that up.
yeah, whip out the
Dude, there
Google
was I'll never
anniversary
forget.
Pac-Man.
I was in a history no English class with Ryan the one time, and we had a
Oh
sub,
yeah.
but the sub wasn't teaching the class. She just put on some documentary for herself, not even the entire class, about Benjamin Franklin, and we
Delicious
just started
Benjamin
watching
Franklin.
it. And I went to boot up Pac-Man, but I didn't realize my Chromebook's volume was all the way up, so the Pac-Man theme just blared out full volume. and I
Who the
like
fuck's
lowered it
playing
as
Pac-Man?
dude, I lowered it as soon as I could, but the funniest thing was all of the kids looked at me, but the teacher that was there didn't even notice she
She
was
was so
too involved in the
engrossed in
Benjamin
Benjamin
Franklin
Franklin.
documentary, so I got away with it too.
Corey's teacher was masturbating to Benjamin Franklin, so he
Dude, dude, that
got away with
substitute
it.
had an issue. Nah, my favorite substitute teacher was there was this one older guy, and he would always just like he'd give work, but like if you did it while the rest of the class was like losing their shit, like going crazy because it's a sub and kids are horrible, he would just be like, "So, you want to hear a knock knock joke?"
Uh-oh.
So he'd start telling you jokes and riddles.
Oh God.
It's the greatest thing ever.
Wait, was he the really old black dude, or was he the younger black dude?
No, I think he was the older one.
Oh
He
yeah,
always he always would tell me jokes every time.
because the older black guy had hair, but he was I think he was almost like the age of he's like freaking greatest generation age. Like I didn't realize it, but like that guy's like in his 90s. And
Damn.
but then there's Mr. Oh my God, Mr. Street. You ever have Mr. Street as a substitute?
I can't say
He's
that
a
I have
bald
off of the
black
top of
dude
my
with
head.
glasses. He looks like you ever see that meme? Whoever threw that paper, your mom's a hoe.
Yeah, he
I was
looks like that guy.
convinced he looks. I wasn't. He doesn't look like. I was convinced he was that guy because he talked
My
like him
God.
and he looked exactly like him.
You thought he was the your
Because he
mom's a
looked
hoe.
just like him, and he literally was a character. Like he seemed like he was a substitute teacher by day and a pimp by night, and like a
Oh my
comic book pimp.
God.
Like
Dude.
he literally acted like the guy in the meme, and I was like, this guy has to be that dude, because there's no way it's not. That I just happen to have a guy who's also a substitute, who's also a teacher, who looks exactly like this dude and also talks just like him. And his name was Mr. Street. Like he was literally like a
Mr.
freaking
Street.
Dave Chappelle character or something. Like,
Dude, he came from someone's comedy routine.
yeah, like he literally
Just
acted like
stepped
a
out of it.
character.
Dude, one of my favorite things a sub ever tried to tell us was she tried telling me and like four of my friends who were playing Uno in our Spanish class one time because the teacher didn't leave us any work.
Dear
She tried
Lord.
telling us that we weren't allowed to play Uno in school because it promoted
It's
gambling.
gambling. Yeah, I got that one
And we
too.
were like
I don't
we
know
were
when they
we were
started telling
literally
teachers
my
to say
friend
that.
that brought the card game was like, but we're not betting anything on it. We're just playing for fun.
You just
No,
see
it's
some
still
kid
gambling.
like put away a roll of $100 bills.
Dude, we were like, you literally didn't give us anything to do for 45 minutes. Let us play cards.
Bro, you could
All we have.
cards, Uno.
It was just all we had.
Man, honestly though, Uno is such like a game of luck that you could probably just bet on it, honestly.
Yeah.
Because there's like
Yeah, pretty
almost
much.
zero skill involved.
Dude, I got a new pack of Uno cards and it has the ones where you like can make your own rules.
Oh god.
But there is one card that came with it where it's just like if you pull it, you have to everyone has to put their hands back into like a pile and shuffle that pile and then just randomly give the cards out until there's none left
God.
and you can get screwed and have like 20 cards while someone else only got one.
Oh hell yeah. The 20
And
card draw 20 card draw 20.
and I'm like, this is so stupid. I'm like, why would I want to do that? It would just everyone's hands just get moved around. It sounds confusing as fuck.
Yeah, bro. Kind of ridiculous. Kind of redonkadonk.
Yeah,
Redonkadonk. Redingo.
dude. And then the fact that like the rule book for Uno is just like, you can't play it stacks. That's not how Uno's played.
The Uno
I'm like,
people are taking a side on this one.
dude, they tried making a post about it, and someone's like, thanks for the cards. We'll take it from here. Like,
Uno's created a monster that they have no control over.
yeah, we've made it our own game.
Dear Lord.
The community has grown beyond their control.
Beast We have no. You have no power here.
You may have supplied us with the cards, but we make the rules now.
No, my power.
The Uno industry is falling apart right now.
uh,
They're quaking in their rainbow colored boots.
quick, quick, the rainbow colored boots.
As you know, the Uno cards,
Yeah,
they got the colors, you know?
not all the
Well, I guess it
colors of the
wouldn't be a
rainbow. They
rainbow,
don't
it's just four. They're
cyan
four
and shit.
colored
Yeah,
boots.
four colored boots. Funny, 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 funny.
They're like divided down like a grid. Like each boot has all four colors on it.
Well, Corey, anything you gotten into anything as of late? You know, anything new that you're really
Anything
into?
new? Not particularly.
Like maybe
Uh,
recently?
I'm teaching myself how to code for my web design class. Gonna learn how to code web pages, so that could be interesting.
Web pages. Oh man, I remember when we were supposed to do that, but we ended up just doing nothing. Man, I hate freaking computer science class. This shit sucked. We were
Yeah.
supposed to learn how to code in Python, but then we never did. Because the teacher
Uh,
found like an easier thing for him to teach. He's
oh
like, code in
no.
Python, please. I got this shit. And it's like,
Uh,
it's like a program for children.
oh my god. Nah, we're using Dreamweaver. And
Dreamweaver.
I so far all I've achieved is for exercise one was making a page where you could I gave the page color, text, and then a link that brought you to another web page where the background was a different color.
Oh shit, I remember when we did
Extremely
that.
impressive, I know.
I remember when we did that in tech class, but our websites were banging. I had like
Yo, you had
GIFs.
to make a link to your favorite song on YouTube at the time.
Yes, I remember that. Remember tech class
Yeah,
with
yeah,
fuck, what was his
Mr.
name? Mr.
Malanga.
Malanga. Yeah, bald
Dude,
man.
he and then you could go to tech club afterwards and play on the computers.
Yeah, that shit was awesome, dog.
I remember going to tech club and just playing Roblox,
Yeah, man.
doing survive the disasters with a group of people.
Survive the test.
See who could last the longest.
Oh man, oh man, tech club days. That was the whole era when Agario and Slither.io and all that shit
Yeah.
was like brand
And then
new.
there
So
was
we
a
were just freaking doing that like
and then they had
all
tech club
day.
in the high school, but then they decided it wasn't an important enough club to keep on, so they canceled it.
Yeah, they yeeted that shit to the next generation.
Yeah,
There was freaking
the game club you guys
extra help
joined.
though for
Didn't someone have to get like escorted out because
oh
they got
yeah,
too
gamer
heated over
club.
Street
That shit
Fighter?
was stupid, man. No, it wasn't Street Fighter. What we did was um so there was a smart board, right? And we connected a Super Nintendo to the smart board. Like I brought a smart board because you're sitting in like Spanish class all day, and I'm like
Yeah,
just staring at the smart board. I'm like, wait a second, that thing's just a big television, and there's
it
like
is.
AV outputs. So I connected the Super Nintendo to it. And just stuck it on a lectern, and all of us were just sitting in there playing Super Nintendo games for an hour.
Yo,
But then like cuz like nobody was in gaming club, right? It was
yeah.
just us. No, in the
I
beginning
remember I
they
would
were
have
all
done
trying
it,
to
but it
play D&D and
contradicted
D, and
one
I
of
was
the
like
other
this
things I
shit
had.
sucks. And I'm like this shit sucks cuz we got stuck trying to make characters for an hour and then it was over.
Yeah,
And
and
I'm like, "Bruh,
also
fuck
doing a
this."
campaign is really hard when you only have a certain amount of time
Yeah.
each week.
But yeah, so I was like, dude, let's act. I thought this was about gaming, not D&D. So I whipped out brought the Super Nintendo in the backpack, and we were just playing Street Fighter 2 for like 3 weeks, and then these freaking children effing freshmen showed up and they're like, "We want to play Smash Ultimate on the Switch." And I tricked their dumb asses into. And I told them, "Nah, bro, there's no HDMI port on the smart board." And it just slapped that shit. It slapped the Super Nintendo on there. But
Yo,
they figured out how to play it on the on oh my god, on poor Mrs. Esteve's freaking computer, and they were
oh
like
my
fucking it
god.
up. And then they started arguing over the freaking game of Smash because someone left the tournament
Oh
and
my
someone got
god.
escorted out. This kid started rage quitting. This freaking little black kid. He started
Dude.
screaming, and he's like, "Bro, chill, bro." And he's like, "I'm not gonna fucking chill, bro." And then he had to get escorted out. The
Oh my
security guard's like,
god.
"Okay, listen, it's okay, bro. Okay, you need to calm down. It's just Smash." But I'm like, awkward. And yeah, and then we never went back because I was like, "Bro, that shit's stupid."
Yeah, I bet. It sounded exhilarating.
It was wild.
Good, yo, those were the good old days.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. Our shit's almost over.
Oh,
Okay, well,
I thought we'd have
quick,
more
Corey,
time.
shout out somebody who's gonna be on the podcast. Quick.
Oh, who hasn't been in it?
I guess,
We've done so
Geo.
many.
Geo and Jared. I don't think Jared's coming on anytime soon.
Jared would be hard to peg down.
Quick,
Y-
Corey.
Yo, we gotta try and get Gio on here.
Okay, that's it.
I feel like he's the more likely one to do it. We gotta get him in here. Get his 50 cents on the world. Gotta
What?
figure out what the way he sees things.
Yeah, man. Okay, Geo, you better get on this. If you're listening to this, get on here right now, bastard.
Yeah.
Re.